So if you guys haven't seen, there's currently something going viral on TikTok about a kids brunch, and I'm gonna insert it on the screen. And if you try to find the original videos, I believe they took it down just because of all the backlash that they were getting. So I did insert one of the clips, but I think there was another clip circulating that I haven't really got a chance to get. And of course, I really don't want to insert anyone's kid's face on my videos, but for the purpose of this video, there really is no way for me to blur out their faces without you guys being able to see everything that's going on. I was kind of struggling with how to do it, I'm not gonna lie. So this is the video, and the problem that a lot of people have with this video is the fact that there are kids mimicking adult activities. And I know a lot of people are saying like, oh, it's just brunch, it's not like there was any alcohol involved or anything like that, but I feel like people need to understand that this is still inappropriate. For one, y'all are taking kids into a club where I've seen videos of people in the club and it's a whole lot of booty shaking and bottle popping. So it's just like, y'all are taking kids into a setting like that. For me, it's like taking your kid to a strip club even though there aren't strippers present, but it's just like, why even take them into that environment? You get what I'm saying? And there are some people talking about, oh, it's not that serious, y'all act like y'all haven't seen y'all parents do certain things.
I'm trying to figure out why everybody's so upset about a kids brunch. Like, what the hell was wrong with the kids brunch? The video I seen wasn't bad. It was literally brunch food, orange juice, and I feel like that was like apple cider. They talking about y'all letting kids mimic. Did y'all not mimic y'all fucking parents and teenagers when y'all was kids? The point of it was to make it kid approved. That was orange juice and probably apple cider. Yeah. If you wouldn't do it for your kid, don't do it for your kid. But let's really not act like this lady is out here just doing the most horrific thing. It's the damn brunch. Let them kids enjoy that brunch. Well, maybe I'm just a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad mother, but I don't see anything wrong with the Upper Rooms kids brunch. When I first heard about it, I only seen it from another creator making a video of outrage about it, and then I kept seeing multiple more creators making a video of outrage about it, but I wasn't seeing the actual video of the kids at the brunch. So I just went ahead and looked it up, and y'all, I don't know if I'm seeing the wrong video, but the video is literally the kids at brunch having a good time. I see a lot of takes on the adultification of kids and kids growing up too fast. I see a lot of people saying that kids shouldn't even know what happens at a brunch or what a brunch is. I don't understand that why y'all act like y'all never been kids before. When I was a kid, I used to always play. Y'all remember those little white candies we had? I used to act like I was smoking cigarettes because my mama used to smoke cigarettes. Honestly, I wish we had one in Chicago because me and my sister, I feel like we would definitely take our kids to that. Like, honestly, if you think about it, it's not a lot of activities for older kids to do these days. Yes, they can go to Dave & Buster's. Yes, they can go to Chuck E. Cheese, but literally that's all like the same shit for real. There isn't spaces for kids to just go and have fun and turn up with their friends and party and dance. And people were saying, oh, they're dancing on the tables, they're dancing on the couches. Well, they can't dance on tables and couches at home. Like, they'll get their ass whooped. So having an environment where they can go and let loose and just be children. And then everybody was like, oh, it wasn't even no kid appropriate music playing. First of all, as long as the music was the clean version, I don't really see the problem. I know that y'all are not telling me that y'all never listen to the radio in y'all car with y'all kids. I'm not a Kidz Bop mom. I'm not about to be listening to that any and everywhere I go. Of course, I like to make sure that the music isn't super vulgar or anything like that. But if it's a cuss word or two in there, I'm not tripping on that. Mind you, my daughter is 8 years old. She's heard cuss words before. Her granny cussed like a sailor. I just feel like I would rather my kid go and have some adult supervised fun than try to sneak and do it later. Then I seen people saying, well, did the kids even want this kind of party? I'm sure that the kids did. My daughter sees me go to brunch all the time and she wants to come with me. Obviously, she cannot come to brunch with me, but if I could take her to a brunch that was appropriate for her, then why not? I feel like everybody is focusing on the lit brunch part and not the kid-friendly lit brunch part. I think sometimes as adults, we can have the perception of the world that we have because we've seen so much of it. But you got to remember, these are children. They don't understand the concept of popping bottles. And have we not heard of Welch's? It's sparkling juice, y'all. My daughter just asked them at New Year's Eve. It's not that serious. Everything don't gotta be adultifying children, and I feel like y'all only do this to Black children. It stresses me out, it drives me crazy, and I wish that y'all would just let kids be kids. Y'all are the ones adultifying them.
And I feel like people need to acknowledge that just because you've seen your parents do things doesn't mean that they didn't fumble the ball in certain areas. Like, y'all have to acknowledge that just because you witnessed something growing up, just because you've experienced something as a child, doesn't mean that it was okay. And that's the argument that certain people are taking with it. And even though the kids may not have been partaking in the exact adult activities, y'all have to understand that them mimicking it is just as bad in a sense, because it's like you're programming them to basically like adapt those ways. You get what I'm saying? It's like people making the argument of, oh, y'all act like when y'all was younger, y'all wasn't doing this based off of what y'all saw adults doing. And it's like, I get it. Like, we were kids, but that doesn't make it okay. You get what I'm saying? Like, us as kids, we knew what we were doing was wrong. We knew that if an adult caught us, there would be a problem. So it's just like, for you to use that as an argument, I just don't think it makes sense, if I'm being completely honest. There were people talking about how they would pretend like they're pouring juice into a cup and pretending it's alcohol. Like, yeah, I'm pretty sure a lot of us have done it, but that doesn't make it okay. And my thing is, with the adults that are not seeing an issue with this, you guys, I feel like, play a part of the problem that we have in society, because there are adults that just don't have certain boundaries when it comes to kids, and it shows. And a lot of people, again, like, because you saw your parents do things a certain way, or because you had adults around you do things a certain way, that doesn't mean that what they were doing were right. And I feel like a lot of people need to understand that. Like, I realize within society, there are a lot of adults that don't really consider the fact of how they're showing up when it comes to kids being around them. Like, they'll do certain things without the thought of, oh, maybe I shouldn't be doing this because a kid is watching me, and kids are very impressionable. A lot of adults just feel like they can just do what they want and a kid is not going to take that on. But you have to understand that kids are very impressionable. What they see you doing, they are likely to mimic it, because if you, the adult, is typically someone that kid may look up to, they may feel like, oh, well, you're doing it, so then there's nothing wrong with it. And then certain adults be wondering why kids be growing up so fast. Is because they are seeing a lot, and they are going to copy the things that they see. Until they grow to understand what's right from wrong, what they see the people around them doing within their environment, they are going to pick up on it, and that's just a fact. So now I'm just going to insert some clips of other people's commentary, and then we'll get back to the video.
I'm sorry, but having kids mimicking adult behaviors in an adult setting is very tasteless and very much tacky. I don't know what the upper room was thinking with that whole kids brunch, but it don't give. Let kids be kids. Like, Chuck E. Cheese don't host birthday parties anymore. I'm very much confused as to why they thought that was a good idea. It's cool to want to do something for the kids, but let it be kid friendly. Why are kids imitating adult behavior, standing up on couches, popping bottles? Like, what? No, that just don't give, and that's not appropriate at all. Kids should not be exposed to these settings. There's a reason why clubs have an age limit, because kids are not supposed to be there. Kids are not supposed to be exposed to these behaviors and mimicking these behaviors. And it's our jobs as adults to do our best to block them from it. Like, don't shelter them. Let them know it exists. But to actively allow them to engage in these behaviors, very irresponsible. Let's not make this a thing. But y'all know black people, they're gonna make it a thing. But I'm not here for it. It needs to stop right here. Like, it needs to stop. That's not cool. That's not cute.
Man, I'm scrolling on TikTok. I see some kids imitating going to brunch. Kids imitate going to brunch, acting like they grown. And y'all wonder why kids growing up so fast. And the sad part about it is we got parents, so-called parents, defending the kids, saying, oh, it's 2020, such and such. It's time to, like, change it. It ain't that serious. But I said, what? It ain't that serious. And you already know what it is, niggas. Niggas. Not black people. Niggas. Because black people would know that shit ain't okay to do. What kind of shit is that? But that's the problem, though. We got kids raising kids. And I stand on that. Just because you got a kid, don't make you an adult, don't make you mature. And I stand on that. That is crazy.
Y'all are the main reason why I'm so afraid to let my child go to public school. I just saw the Upper Room Brunch video, and let me tell you something. I am highly disappointed and disgusted. Why are we so obsessed with bringing kids into adult-like spaces? Why are kids standing on the furniture? Why are kids popping bottles? Why are kids acting like what they think adults do in clubs or at brunch? What brunch y'all be going to? What brunch do y'all be going to? Because none of my brunches end up like that. We don't be standing on the sofas. We don't be down hitting bitches on the ass. We don't, wait, what? I don't even go to brunches that are in lounges. Would I ever let my child attend a brunch that is at a club lounge? Hell no. Do I think anybody in her school that she goes to, because my child goes to private school, that she goes to will have a brunch there? Hell no. And if it is, you're not going. You're not going. The fact that a white woman got on here and she said, now, would I take my kids there? No, but I don't see anything wrong with it because, of course, because it's niggas niggering. Nobody want to be around that shit. And not to talk about that mom or whatever you feel comfortable to do for your child, you go ahead and you do it, child. That's bottle popping, bottle service, jumping on couches, shooting the money gun in the air, whatever. If that's what you want to do with your child, that's what you do. But that, as far as for me in my house, my child will remain a child until she is like probably 20. Probably 20. I saw something where in my hometown where they had a prom for the 9 and the 10-year-olds, and they all was going, like, they're all on dates and they taking these pictures, and I'm like, no. Prom is not for the 9 and 10-year-olds. Prom is for the 18, 17 and 18-year-olds to enjoy and see. Like, what are these kids going to look forward to when they get in high school? What are these kids going to look forward to if they're already on dates, wearing matching prom dresses and matching tuxedos? I think that is so, I just don't like it. I don't like it. This is why I stopped buying Fashion Nova for my child. It was becoming too grown, like it was becoming too much. It was becoming too much. I just did not like it. So now she wears Target. Now she wears Marshalls. Now she wears Gap. You know what I'm saying? She been wearing all those things, but sometimes we go to Fashion Nova and order a little something so we could be twins. But I don't want her to be my twin. I'm the adult. She's the child. Let's get it together. And there's certain kids I don't even invite around my child because I feel like y'all just too grown with y'all kids. Y'all kids are too privy to what y'all do, and they think it's funny and they think it's cute, and I don't think it's funny. I was always in a child's place. I was never in an adult place. Never. I was always in a child's place. I was never in an adult place. When my mama was talking, she told me to leave the room. I never looked in her face when I was talking. I have to tell my child that too. Don't look in my face when I'm talking. And I'm a gentle parenting mom. But all of that bottle service, all of that this and that, all that jumping on the couch, all of that singing these words with these curse words in it, that is like, I try to limit my cursing around my child because I know that she mimics my behavior. So I try to limit my cursing. But I thought the brunch was gonna have damn pancakes with happy faces on them. I thought the brunch was gonna have some orange juice with some grenadine in it with a strawberry on it. These motherfuckers is actually jumping their behinds on the fucking couch, jumping up and down, swinging their chains. I mean, it was horrible. It was horrible. I didn't find that funny. I didn't find it cute, and I didn't find it amusing. And of course, y'all gonna keep doing it. Y'all gonna keep thinking it's funny, but it's not. It's not. But shout out, not talking about that mom. She can do whatever she want to do. But as for me and my house, my child will remain a child. If there was ever a birthday invitation that came through, which I don't think it will ever be. And let me say that I don't think it will ever be, because the children that she go to school with, I don't think they would ever even come up with this. And if they do, it's going to be a no for me. Where the princess is at? Where's Spider-Man? Where's he at? Where's Transformers? Where's Power Rangers? I don't know what the boys like, but where's all of that? Where's where you can invite Spider-Man to the party? And the kids look young. I understand. Maybe I would have been okay with it if it had been like high school, maybe, or middle school. But these kids are like they're in elementary, jumping on sofas, bottles of fake champagne. No. Who do you see act like that? If my child would have participated in that, I would have been so embarrassed, because who do you see act like that? Me, your daddy, you saw, who did you see act like that? Who? So I don't think that was appropriate. I don't.
As someone who is raising a child in DC, seeing that video of the upper room and those children having a little mini brunch is exactly why I'm okay with not allowing my child to hang out around your children. You guys do not want to raise kids anymore, and it's fucking disgusting. You want to raise friends. You want to have your children adults at an early age instead of being a good parent and raising them like a child is supposed to be raised. Like a fucking child. Not a friend, not an adult, but a child. I don't think y'all realize that skipping the child phase adultifies your children and can potentially sexualize your children. You guys are skipping
that phase, that Justice phase, that Claire's phase, and going straight to fucking Fashion Nova. Y'all are adultifying children. Y'all are exposing them to alcohol, sex, drugs, and it's really fucking annoying raising a child in this alpha generation. This because I don't want my kid around y'all's. My son is actually learning things he shouldn't be learning from other children because y'all are such bad parents that you teach your children things at too early of an age. Why the fuck? My son doesn't know anything about no fucking brunch, no liquor, no drugs. He don't know none of that. None of that. But I bet you he'll learn it before I can teach him because y'all are such bad fucking parents. It's actually really disgusting.
I'm not gonna lie, I agree with just about what everybody is saying. Like, I feel like as a parent, I would have so much fear when it comes to allowing my kid to engage with other kids because you really don't know how people are raising their kids. There are a lot of adults that don't have boundaries. I'm not gonna lie, it's a lot of adults like, yeah, you have age on you, but a lot of people don't be mature. A lot of people sometimes give like they don't have common sense of knowing what's right from wrong. And the scary part is you can really do your part as a parent to make sure you're protecting your child from just things that they don't really need to be knowing at the age that they're at. But you never know, like when they get around other kids and they're in school, after school program, at the park or wherever they're at, you never know how those kids are being raised and how they can be an influence on your kid. And it makes sense why a lot of parents don't allow their kids to go around other people's kids until they really get to know the person's parent for themselves to get an idea of, okay, is this a safe environment for my kid or not? Because you will be surprised at the amount of parents that lack boundary when it comes to their kids. I remember when I was younger, there was somebody I went to school with and they were saying how like just within their neighborhood, a lot of people smoke weed. And because they watched their parents do it, it was something that was normal to them. So they became weed smokers. And then they've also known younger kids, when I say like under 10 years old, who also started the habit because it was a norm around them. And y'all have to understand that kids are very impressionable. So if they see adults doing something, especially if they look up to them, they're going to want to copy it. And that's the issue when it comes to this, because a lot of these kids are on social media now. So they're seeing the influencers, they're seeing the things that are just going on within nightlife. And if they're seeing it online and you're now giving them access to it in person by trying to create a kids brunch version, and it's not even like a brunch where it's a little cutesy type of vibe. Like, I'm gonna insert a video of this brunch that I seen on TikTok and I'm like, wow, like this is actually really cute.
Okay, hey, so a lot of you guys are tagging me in the kids brunch upper room video and wanting my like thoughts and reaction. This is exactly why I had our package like this, because I think moms just want like a nice safe space where kids can be kids, a nice cute little tea party, a nice cute little brunch area. I'm gonna like do all the stitching and tagging and all that stuff, but yeah, that's my hot take. Okay, just watch. Okay, bye.
No. Ah, it's so pink. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I love this. I'm gonna cry. You're like really so much.
Guys.
If you're gonna do a brunch, do it like that, or something, you know, very kid friendly. But when you're now like blurring the lines between what kids do and what adults do and you're trying to make it kid friendly, I just don't understand how that's appropriate. And of course, like, they may not have meant any harm by this, but like, y'all, the kid is pouring up their little cup like they pouring out of a bottle. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we see these things online, and let's be honest, who's to say that some of them kids weren't pretending like they were fake lit because they were pretending to be drinking apple cider vinegar? Not apple cider vinegar, I meant apple cider, but still, y'all get what I'm trying to say. Like, you know how you were once as a kid, so let's not be dumb when it comes to the kids now. And another thing that I've realized a long time ago, especially just as the generations are going, there are a lot of kids having kids. So there are a lot of adults, like I said, yeah, they may have age on them, but that maturity level isn't there. They don't have the mindset of, okay, if I'm a parent, then these are the standards that I should have for children because I want to be the best role model for the children. And it's not to say like you can completely control what a kid does and just the things that they see, because again, we have social media, and also when you can do your best to raise your kid a certain way, but when they get around other children, you don't know how they're being raised by their parents or their guardians, and that can then affect your child if they're not, you know, like solid enough in just what they know and how they were raised. And even if you are doing your best as a parent, y'all know kids are very monkey see monkey do. I don't know, I feel like raising kids in today's time, it would just be so hard. As much as I want kids of my own, I'll be completely honest, like, I'm not looking forward to raising kids within the society, because the standard for raising kids really needs to be raised like really high, because as a society, I really do feel like we're failing these kids. And I completely understand as a parent how difficult it may be to raise kids in today's society, because again, like, you could literally be doing everything within your power to raise your kid in the best way possible, you know, like setting them up. But just this world that we live in is just so like chaotic. I feel like does not do its due diligence in protecting the innocence of kids. Let kids be kids. They don't need to rush to be doing adult things. Parents who feel like, oh, there's nothing wrong with this, I feel like you guys, and I'm not saying intentionally, but like some of you guys are a part of the problem. Like, you have to set a certain standard and expectation for your children. And I'm not saying you need to be like this super strict parent. I'm not telling anyone how to parent, but I'm saying we don't need to expose them to everything so fast. You get what I'm saying? Like, let's allow them to grow up and then be educated. Of course, within these times, they're seeing a lot. So, you know, you kind of have to talk to kids a little more. That's why I said, listen, I'm not in a rush to have no kids, because I truly do fear for this younger generation. Of course, I feel like every generation says that, but like, we have to really acknowledge, like, as a society, as generations are going, like, it's not really giving. I feel like we need to be a lot more responsible. We need to be a lot more mature. We need to be a lot more intentional about how we're handling children. So I'm gonna just end this video here. Of course, I understand like they may not have meant any harm, but when you are allowing kids to mimic adult behaviors, y'all can't be confused as to why kids are being so grown, because you're now setting them up in those environments, or just even to make them feel like they're close enough to even experience those things, when it's like, you're a kid, enjoy being a kid. It's okay to not resonate with what adults resonate with, because you're not the same as an adult, and that's okay. So I would love to know you guys' opinions. If you are parents, how are you dealing with raising your kid in today's society, and just how do you feel when it comes to allowing your kid to interact with other kids? Of course, like, I know you don't want to be like gatekeeping your kid and things like that. You don't want to feel like you're overly sheltering them, but how do you balance out protecting your kid and not having them be overly exposed to just the things of today's society? You know, just overly exposed to things sooner than I feel like they need to be exposed to, while also educating them, so that way, like, you are informing them before they really get out here in the real world. So anyways, thank you for watching this video, and I hope to see you in another one.